Hi guys, it's Mr. Slaybaugh. Sorry I can't be there, but I'm recording for you from sunny Southern California. And this video is something that you can always review and just have a great time. Use it at home. It's on my YouTube channel, and you're always welcome to play it over and over again when you practice. We're on page 18 today, and on the top of the page in the goldenrod, the yellow colored stuff, is all kinds of information that you need to know. So it's written in Italian, and so we have to learn sometimes different languages in music. So let's review some of that. The first word is tempo. We share that with the Italians. It's English, and it means how fast or slow a piece is. So the tempo just means how fast it is. Sometimes it's like asking a question. What is a tempo? So look now, and they give you some words. Way back when, they had to use words that described actions, verbs, things people did in order to describe the tempo. But that doesn't really precise. So later on, we tell you how many beats a minute once they invented a metronome. But these are the starts, and they tell you more than just a tempo. They give you an idea of kind of what the composer was thinking about. So the first one is andante, and they call it a walking tempo, and it's slower than moderato. But what they meant in Italian was they were taking a stroll, a slow walk where you get to relax and enjoy the beauty of everything, like you're walking through a park on a sunny day. The second one is moderato. That means moderate or medium, and that's faster than andante. It's still considered kind of a walking tempo. It's almost a little bit faster than your heartbeat. And then the last one that we've got there is allegro. It means fast tempo. It means actually kind of cheerful. So you want to think, if you're happy, you're probably going to walk a little faster. Okay? Now, look over to your right, and there's some terms. In the last page, we learned about soft and loud in Italian. Piano is Italian for soft. Forte is Italian for loud. Now they put these qualifiers on it, and the word is pronounced mezzo. And if mezzo piano precedes a word, it means medium soft. So it's a little bit louder than soft, but it's still kind of soft. The next louder volume is mezzo forte, and that means it's a little less than forte. Forte means loud, so it's a little less loud. So it's medium loud. So you have piano, soft. Mezzo piano, a little bit louder, medium soft. Mezzo forte, a little bit louder yet. And forte, loud. 4 dynamic markings. Piano, mezzo forte, forte. And then the last one is going to be an accent. And an accent means you emphasize the beginning of that note. Ta, ta, ta. You don't emphasize the whole note. Just emphasize the beginning of it. Ta, ta. And we often say the word ta when we emphasize that. So tip of the tongue will touch the reed on clarinets and clarinets and saxophones. Ta, the tip of the reed, tip of the tongue. For the brass instruments and flute, it'll be the tip of the tongue behind the top 2 teeth, the roof of the mouth. Very lightly. Ta, not da. Ta, ta. Okay? You're going to see those in this piece. All right, let's get into the piece. Let's start on number 68. That is Ezekiel Saw the Wheel, and it's a duet, and we will practice both parts. Notice that there's soft piano and fortes loud in the music. And it starts soft, you get to the first ending, it's loud. Look at the last note of the first ending. That's soft. Then you go back to the forward repeat sign, and you play until you get to the first ending, but you go whoop over to the second ending. And you play that, and on count 3, in the last measure is a rest. And notice, there's only 3 counts in the last measure. Where did the last count go? There should be 4. It went to the pickup, the very beginning of the piece. So they stole it, and they put it at the beginning. Okay? Let's clap the rhythm. The rhythm is very similar in the A part and the B part. We're going to clap the B part because the difference in the A and B part for rhythm is only found in the second full measure. In the A part, it's a whole note, and the B part is 4 quarter notes. So we're just going to clap the B part, because I think you're going to catch it in the A. Okay? Sit up straight, feet flat on the floor, back straight. Count with me. We start on count 4. 1, 2, and 1, 2, begin. 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Loud now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2 and 3. Soft. 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Second ending now. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, off. See how I spoke softly, clapped softly, and I clapped loud when it was a time? I want you to repeat it until you get it right. Now remember, in the A part, it's exactly the same in the second full measure, except that it's a whole note. Okay? Everything else is exactly the same, but there'll be different pitches. So when you practice this and you get that B part right, we're going to play it. Okay? Now we're back, and this is 68A, and we're going to play Ezekiel Saw the Wheel, the A part. Notice it's a leg roll, so it's cheerful, it's faster, not super fast, but fast. Okay? And we're going to start soft on count 4. Sit up straight, feet flat on the floor, your back is straight, your instrument's in playing position. Finger or slide the first note. Tap your toe with me. 1, 2, and 1, 2, play. Did you get the soft and loud? I think Mr. Seibach could have done better, but I know you will do better. Get the softs, get the louds, piano and forte. Okay? Now, rewind this and practice it if you need to, but if you did great, let's go to B on this. And you're going to notice the notes are different, the pitches, but the rhythm is almost the same. So here it is, 68, Ezekiel Saw the Wheel, B. Let's sit up straight, feet flat on the floor. Your back is straight, not touching the back of the chair, sitting up straight, instruments in playing position, and we finger the first note. Here we go. Tap your toes. 1, 2, and 1, 2, now. Did you hear? Even Mr. Seibach made a little bit of a fudge in that second measure, second ending. But I got it. I stayed in it. I didn't fall out if I made a mistake. Remember, it doesn't matter if you make a mistake, it matters how you deal with it. Now, I want you to practice 68B until you get it right. Now we've come to practicing 68A and 68B. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to rewind this and play 68A while you play 68B. I'll play 68A, you play 68B. Then, after you do that a couple times and get it good, we're going to play 68B. I'll play 68B, you play 68A, so that we get to practice it. Okay? Do that in class and do it at home. Play a duet with me. It'll be a lot of fun. Okay, let's now go on to number 70, Streets of Laredo. You'll notice that there's accents, and 69 talks about those accents as well. But it's just a rhythm. I like it when you can read the pitches as well. So we're going to clap number 70 together, and when we clap an accent, hit it harder, but you have to play the notes around it softer. If you don't play them softer, then there's no contrast. Gotta have contrast. Loud to soft. Accent to soft. So let's clap. Now notice that the dynamic is mezzo piano. It's not piano. It's a little bit louder than that. So let's clap the rhythm together. Here we go. Tapping your toes, sit up straight. 1. It's in 3. 1, 2, 3. Clap with me now. Accent, 2, 3. 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 First ending. Accent, 2, 3. Accent, 3. Accent, 2, 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 3. Accent, 2. Second ending. Accent, 2, 3. Accent. Hold, off. Practice that. Really work on getting the accent and the soft around it. That's what makes it sound accented. Now, when you've practiced that and you got it really good, let's do it together a couple times, shall we? Okay, I'm going to play it. You can airband it and listen to the accent and how it sounds different than the other notes around it. And then play it, rewind the video, and then play with me on it. And really work to get the accent to sound like an accent. Okay? Here we go. Good posture, sitting up straight. Your feet are flat on the floor. Your instrument's in playing position, and you're fingering the first note. Tap your toes. 1, 2, 3. 1, ready, play. Now, did you hear how much I emphasize those accents? I might have overdone it a little bit, but I wanted you to see how different they can be, okay? So when you practice it, I'd like you to do that, but try to work to have really good sounds, good tone. Sound good when you do it, okay? Rewind and practice that several times so you know what you're doing. Now, if you've done number 70, let's move on to 71. Donkey riding, or as I say, donkey. Say donkey. Okay, good. Got to practice our donkeys. Notice now that the dynamic is mezzo forte, medium loud, so it's a little bit louder than the mezzo piano, medium soft, and that there's some accents, and they're always on count 2, and there's a fermata at the end. We're in 2/4 time, meaning 2 quarter notes or its equivalent in the space of a measure. Let's clap this together, please. 1, sit up straight, tap your toes. 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready, clap. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 2. Hold off. Did you see in the last measure there were no accents? We'd always been playing accents on count 2, and all of a sudden in the last measure on that fermata, it wasn't an accent. Yeah, pay attention. Make sure you catch that. Okay? Now, if you've clapped the rhythm and you've identified the accents, I want you to finger along, airband, one time while I play this, so that you get this. It's a quicker rhythm with the 8th notes. The tempo's a little faster, but I want you to make sure that you get this right, okay? So, here we go. I'll play it one time. You finger along, sitting up straight, tapping your toes, airband. Means you do everything like you're playing, except you don't blow air. 1, 2, and 1, and 2, and ready, and now. Now, if you were listening, you'll notice that I made a mistake in there. Did you find it? Rewind it, see if you can figure out where I made the mistake. I'll wait. Did you find it? That's right. I missed in the second measure on the downbeat of 1. I missed that note. I didn't play it the right pitch. I played it too high, half step too high. Make sure you don't make that mistake. Okay? Now I want you to go through and practice this multiple times till you get it right, but don't make my mistake. Okay? And then rewind this and practice it so that you get all the rhythms and the pitches correct. Okay? If you finish number 71, let's look at number 72. This is from a ballet by Peter Ilyich Tchaikovsky. He was a Russian composer, and he's very famous. And this particular ballet, titled Nutcracker, is probably one of his most famous pieces. He didn't like it much, but it made him a lot of money. And it's still played today, and it's really beautiful. And so if you get a chance to see it, go see it. It's wonderful. Now this is the theme from the Nutcracker. And so in this ballet, a nutcracker comes to life. You know, the little wooden nutcrackers that are decorative? Well, he comes to life and he becomes a soldier. And he battles all of these different creatures to protect Clara, who is the little girl that he was oppressing for. And at the end, he becomes a nutcracker again. And it's really pretty. So this is his theme. And remember, this is a dance. So the notes are going to be short and light. Notice in the first 4 measures, it's mezzo piano, not too loud. And notice in the last 4 measures, it's mezzo forte, a little bit louder. And there's accents and slurs, okay? What I want you to do is clap along with me on the rhythm and notice the accents and notice the pitches. This one's a little trickier, got a little bit harder. Sit up straight, tap your toes with me. It's in 4/4. And andante, strolling tempo, not too fast. 1, 2, and 1 and 2, and ready, clap with me. 1 and 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2, half note. 1 and 2, and 1, 2, half note, accented, half note. 1 and 2, and accent, slur. 1 and 2, and accent, slur. 1 and 2, and tongue, tongue. 1, 2, 3, off. Practice that several times till you get the rhythm right. Now that you've practiced it several times and you've got the rhythm correct, let's try playing it together. I'd like you to please airband it so you practice the fingerings before you try to follow along with me. And while we're doing that, I want you to listen very carefully and listen to how I play the notes. If this is a dance, there's some articulation and style that's not written in there. And it's light and it's pointed, just like somebody were dancing on their toes. And that's the way this should be played. So listen to how I play it when you airband it with me, and then repeat it and play it with me in that style. Here we go. Tapping toes, sit up straight. Back straight, feet flat on the floor. Tap your toes, finger the first note. 1, 2, and 1 and 2, and ready, and play. Notice where I accented and slurred. Notice how I tongued the 8th notes really light and dance-like. And notice that I got a little bit louder when it said Mezzo Forte on it. Okay? I want you to practice that multiple times till you feel comfortable with it. That's the trickiest piece on this page. And it's tricky because the notes change quickly, and you've got to tongue the notes in a certain style, and there's accents, and there's dynamic changes, and there's slurs. It's everything you've learned up to date kind of shoved together. So practice it till you're comfortable and you get a big thumbs up. All right? I hope you have a great week. Everybody give me an air fist bump. All right? I hope you have a great week. Practice, turn in your practice sheets, and we'll see you next week. Okay? Now, if you finish this, it's time to go on to page 20 and 21. Don't worry about 19. We're skipping that because that's for if this book were to be played in a solo lesson environment. And we're going to jump to page 20 and 21, which are some fun songs. Okay? I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.